introverted extrovert. So let me explain that really quick. I love people until I don't. I live for this until I get tired. And the other thing you really need to know is I have a weird laugh. You've probably already heard it. And if you haven't heard my laugh, you've probably heard my partner's. We'll talk about that in a bit. But here's the thing. I have this awkward laugh that makes other people laugh. You ever been to the movies and someone laughs at like the wrong time, and then other people start laughing because that person laughed, and then everyone's laughing because it's really awkward? Yeah, hi, that's me. So you're gonna bear with me through my awkward laughs here. So I laugh at everything, when it's uncomfortable, when it's nervous, when it's exciting, when it's good, and I'm learning to embrace my awkwardness and my laughs. So this past year, I went to the Dominican Republic with my partner, and I'm not a driver, but I got the brilliant idea to get behind the wheel of a dune buggy and drive it over questionable terrain. Let me tell you about that questionable choice. So you're driving, if anyone's been driving in like the back country of the Dominican Republic, it is bumpy, it is muddy, there is horse poop everywhere. And while you're driving, they tell you, don't get too much poop in your face, but also go fast. But slow down if you have to. Share the road, but also keep it to yourself. Don't go in the ditch, and don't kill your passengers. I'm happy to report nobody died. But here's the thing. So I'm driving this dune buggy. I thought it was a great idea. And as we start driving, I'm thinking, this is a bad idea. This is bad. We're going, and I'm starting to panic, and my nervousness is just getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm going, oh, God, I don't know if I can do this. You know what? It would be nothing to just pull over to the side, swap with my partner, who is a good driver, and just call it a day. And as my panic is rising, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tap out. My partner starts laughing hysterically. And I'm going, why is this man laughing? This is horrible, but this is fun. And then I remembered, oh wait, this is fun. We're having fun. And I figured, okay, I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna laugh and we're gonna enjoy this. And we did. We drove, we made it to the halfway point, everybody gets out of their dune buggies, and I talked to other folks who had the same experience, and turns out we were all having fun. And sometimes that reminder is just what I need. So, I'm notorious for getting into awkward situations. I normally don't grow my facial hair like this. But here's the thing. Some friends thought it would be a great idea to grow my facial hair, and I thought, this is gonna go one of two ways. Either this is gonna look really, really good, or it's gonna look really bad. And I figure if this looks bad, I'm just gonna carry around a volleyball and name it Wilson. Thank you for getting that, and that's gonna be my shtick. Because rocking awkward social situations is what I do. Now, this all kind of sounds trivial, but I'm going to say this kind of applies to some of the more serious times in my life as well. As Rob mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business. For anybody who doesn't run their own business, let me tell you the one thing that has all entrepreneurs panicking all the time. You are responsible for your own paycheck. If you don't work, you don't get paid, and that's the worst. So last August, there's a little bit of a dip in my business, and it's going down, and I'm like, how am I gonna pay my bills? I have to pay my bills, I wanna get ahead in life, I had started dating someone, and let me tell you, dating is a very expensive hobby, for lack of a better term. And I'm thinking, how am I gonna pay for all of this? So I think, okay, I buy a book, I'm a huge bookworm, as an introverted extrovert, and I read this book and I'm thinking, whatever I read from this book has to grow my business. So I stay up very, very late, which doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but I'm secretly a closet old man. I stay up very late one night and I'm figuring it out, and I start developing these new programs and services and partnerships and ways of working with people, and it actually starts to work. And a couple weeks later, I run into a good friend, and she says, Tim, something's changed, and you seem to be just crushing it. What is going on? And I just laughed, and I said, you know what, I panicked. I panicked because I didn't know what to do with my business, and I did the only thing I could do, which is anything. I did anything I could, and I made it work. And sometimes that's all you can do. So here's the thing with work. I started traveling more for work. And recently, I was in an Uber. And I was in this Uber and talking to my Uber driver, who I soon discovered was also a gay male. Yes, shocker, plot twist, I am a gay male. Plot twist. Hold on to that, that's an important detail for later. I can see you all waiting on the edge of your seats. So I discover my Uber driver is also a gay male, and we start talking about people we know and mutual connections, and he shares that there may be some interest in me. And at one point on the drive, he just flat out asks, "So what are you into?" Friends, have any of you been asked by an Uber driver, what are you into? That is the weirdest, and how are you supposed to respond to that? So obviously, I looked him in his rearview mirror and I said, well, I'm really into long romantic walks to the fridge, candlelight satanic rituals, and kids' books. So if anybody tells you I'm into kids' books, I know where that rumor came from. Because what are you supposed to do with this situation is you just roll with it. But not every situation is ideal like this. So also when you're running a business, especially when you're a service provider, you hope people send you business. They send you a referral. They say, hey, you should talk to my friend Tim. He's an expert, or he's good at what he does. So a colleague sent me a referral recently, and I get talking with this person. We're emailing back and forth, and it's going really, really well. And they said, yes, you seem like you know what you're talking about. I'm glad we can deal with this issue. Can you send me a portfolio? And I said, sure. Now, here's the thing, friends. I'm very transparent about myself. So I sent them my portfolio, and I sent them about me, and it was great. And then they came back and said, thanks. We're going to go in a different direction. We don't need you anymore. Which is really weird, because things don't fall off the face of the earth like that. People don't just fall off the face of the earth with you. So wondering what happened, I talked to my friend who sent that referral, and I said, hey, what happened here? And she finally came back to me, and I can't even make this up. This happened today. She came back to me today and said, I asked the client what happened. And the client said, you seem really good at what you do, but they don't like your lifestyle choice, so they don't want to work with you. What are you supposed to do with that information? And all I could do was laugh. Because when it's 2019 and you're in Canada and someone doesn't like you because you're gay, that's not my problem. That's theirs. Honest to God, all I could do was laugh it off. Because sometimes in life you get the brilliant idea to get behind the wheel of a dune buggy and you think you're gonna grow out your facial hair and someone turns you down because you're a homophobe, because they're a homophobe, and all you can do is laugh and say, this is fun because I have decided it is so. Thank you.